Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome back to another explainer. I am absolutely thrilled about today's topic because we're looking at a brand new, highly anticipated release in the urban mobility space that is really turning some heads. We're talking about a fresh, aggressive new scooter from Suzuki that completely breaks the mold of what we typically expect from a daily commuter. If you've been following the international two-wheel market, you know the competition out there is fierce right now. Manufacturers are literally pulling out all the stops to capture riders' attention. And well, Suzuki has just dropped something that does exactly that. So what exactly does an alien look like on two wheels? Seriously, that's the exact provocative word Japanese media outlets are using to describe the polarizing and super aggressive front design of this new machine. This is not your traditional friendly-looking little runabout. It's sharp, it's modern, and honestly, it looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. When automotive journalists start throwing around words like alien, you know a brand has taken a serious design risk. And in the scooter world, where designs can kind of feel a bit repetitive, standing out is half the battle. And well, here it is, proudly wearing its badge. Introducing the all-new Suzuki Burgman 15. Billed in some markets as a 2027 model year release, this is a 150cc class urban commuter that's already shaking up international markets. You know, the Burgman name has a long, highly respected history in Suzuki's lineup, usually associated with those larger, luxurious Maxi scooters. But the Burgman 15 is taking that premium DNA and packing it into a tighter, way more agile 150cc frame designed specifically to conquer city streets, all while offering a much higher level of sophistication than your average budget scooter. Let's break down that whole extraterrestrial vibe, right? The front fascia is completely dominated by a striking triple LED headlight setup. When you combine those with the highly unique daytime running lights, the DRLs, and the bold, unconventionally shaped turn signals, it creates this instant, undeniable road presence. The low beam utilizes the left and right LEDs, while hitting the high beam, or the passing switch, activates the central light. The DRLs are positioned alongside these, meaning that when this scooter is coming at you in your rearview mirror, it looks incredibly imposing. But where did this wild design actually come from? Well, the crucial point here is that this scooter was born from a highly strategic international partnership. The Burgman 150 is actually based on the UFR 150, which is manufactured by the Chinese two-wheel giant Hoju. If you don't know Hoju, they are a massive player in the global market and a very long-time manufacturing partner for Suzuki. Through the Dachang Group, they've been building incredibly reliable machines for Suzuki for years. By taking the UFR 150 platform and injecting it with Suzuki's engineering standards and those prestigious Burgman styling cues, they've created a globally competitive product without having to design an entirely new platform from scratch. Section 1. Premium Tech Validating the Luxury Commuter's Status. To actually back up those premium claims, Suzuki went ahead and ditched the traditional physical key for an intelligent key system. It's all smart, proximity-based keyless ignition. Pair that with a brilliant, high-resolution, full-color TFT digital display that honestly looks like it was pulled straight off an expensive touring motorcycle. And you get an instant sense of luxury every single time you look down at the handlebars. And you know, the convenience features just keep on coming. First off, a tire pressure monitoring system, or TPMS. Finding built-in TPMS on a 15cc class scooter, literally almost unheard of, and it is a massive safety and maintenance bonus. Add to that not one, but dual USB-C charging ports, meaning you can charge your phone and a secondary device at the exact same time. It also boasts a very generous 25-liter under-seat storage compartment, easily swallowing a helmet and your daily gear. Finally, it rolls on 14-inch wheels. A lot of small scooters use 10 or 12-inch wheels, which can feel a little twitchy, but 14-inch wheels provide a much more stable, confident ride, especially over rough city pavement. Now, safety is absolutely paramount here too. Stopping power and grip are managed by a traction control system to prevent the rear wheel from slipping on wet or loose surfaces, paired with a high-end 2-channel anti-lock braking system. Again, these are rider aids that we normally associate with premium, much larger displacement motorcycles, now trickling all the way down to the 150cc urban commuter segment. Section 2. Spec Sheet Breakdown. The engineering behind the Burgman 15. All right, let's look at the heart of this thing. We're talking about a 149cc water-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder engine producing a very capable 14.2 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and exactly 14.2 newton-meters of torque at 6,500 RPM. This puts it squarely in contention with rivals like Honda's PCX series. But here is the absolutely crucial point for a lot of riders.
the seat height sits at just 760 millimeters, which is surprisingly low. When you pair that super accessible, confidence-inspiring seat height with a manageable vehicle weight of 145 kilograms, you get a scooter that is incredibly approachable for riders of all sizes, yet packs enough punch to easily merge with fast-moving city traffic.
So, I know what you're thinking. Where can you actually buy one? Well, that brings us to the global launch strategy. The Burgman 15 hasn't just dropped everywhere all at once. It first made its official debut in Colombia back in May, and the latest release just happened in the Philippines. This targeted emerging market-first strategy is a fascinating look into exactly where Suzuki sees the highest demand for premium, tech-heavy, small-displacement commuters right now.
Which naturally leads us to the big question. How much does all this premium tech actually cost? In local currencies, we're looking at 15.55 million Colombian pesos, or 165,000 Philippine pesos. And for some context, that is roughly double the cost of a basic, bare-bones entry-level scooter in those specific markets.
But let's translate that into standard US dollars so we can instantly grasp the actual market value here. Based on the Colombian market, we are looking at roughly $3,800 to $4,600 US dollars, depending on exact exchange rates and local dealership fees. Seeing that number in US dollars instantly shows us the premium market positioning. It's not some bargain bin scooter. It is explicitly priced as a luxury commuter, totally reflecting the TFT dash, the ABS, the traction control, and that water-cooled engine. However, when we look at the US dollar conversion for the Philippine market, the price drops to roughly $2,800 to $3,000. This really highlights how highly competitive the pricing can be depending on the specific region and import dynamics. I mean, under $3,000 in US dollars, getting dual-channel ABS, traction control, TPMS, and a full TFT display is a massive value proposition for riders in that market.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question to wrap up today's explainer. Will this high-tech 150cc Alien land in your home market? Japanese automotive media are already speculating on whether Suzuki will bring this aggressive, feature-packed model back to its home turf in Japan, or perhaps even to the US or European markets. While nothing is confirmed just yet, the fact that models produced in China, like the GSX 250R, already make their way globally suggests it's not entirely out of the question. What we do know for sure is that the Burgman 150 proves Suzuki is willing to seriously push the boundaries of design and technology in the smaller displacement categories. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep your eyes on the road, because you really never know when a high-tech Alien might just pull up right next to you at a red light.